Good morning, Nigerians and citizens of Osun State. My name is CSP Annie Iniedu, NIPR, First Public Relations Officer. We are live at Osun State Command Headquarters, Oshogbo, and we have commenced deployments for today again. I'd like to give you some updates at this moment. As we speak, our air components have arrived. Our helicopter and drone units are on ground and they have commenced surveillance patrols across the state. We also have deployed one unit of the police mobile force. We call them the PMF, some people call them the MOPOL. We have one unit across each local government area, headed by an Assistant Commissioner of Police, who is also a squadron commander. These units will also be supervised by a Commissioner of Police and a Deputy Commissioner of Police at each of the local government areas. At the INEC, we have 2 units of combat-ready armed PMF personnel. I'm here with the AC in charge of the deployment, so you can confirm what I'm saying. We also have 7 units of special protection units personnel who will be responsible for the movement of sensitive and non-sensitive INEC materials for the election, and as well as the protection of our electoral officers. At the command here, we have 2 units of armed mobile force personnel for quick responses. We also have pockets of armed patrols around the town and checkpoints. We are working together. All security agencies are working together, so all deployments are in sync. For this election too, the IGP has directed that we post 4 unarmed personnel to each polling booth. Osun State has over 3,700 polling units, and so we'll be having 4 law enforcement personnel at each of these units for the elections. I would like to use this opportunity to assure citizens of Osun State that Osun State is calm and the police is on top of its game, and we have everywhere covered. By 12 midnight on Friday into Saturday, we will be locking down the town. We will be stopping vehicular movement at all locations in Osun State at the moment. I would like to appeal to mothers to ensure that their underage children are not used for underage voting or any form of electoral violence or thuggery. I would also like to speak to all voters to come out en masse and cast their franchise, as we have everything under control.
Omoyele Sowore has criticized Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke, claiming that the governor does not have full control of his administration. During an interview with News Central TV, Sowore alleged that members of Adeleke's family, including Davido's father, play a major role in running the state. Davido has since responded on social media, defending his uncle and rejecting the criticism. The singer maintained that the Adeleke administration is doing well in Osun State. Do you think Sowore is right?
So Nigerians, are you aware that this Osun State election happening today is the only election that will happen before the 2027 general election? So this Osun State election is a test on whatever will happen in 2027. It is this Osun State election we'll take to know. We will know what INEC, what Joash Amupiton would do in this Osun State election. We will watch what the new IG will do with the police in this Osun State election. We will watch what the APC people will do in this Osun State election. So Nigerians, keep your eyes open and watch. And to my Osun people, no people go tell now who to vote. Of course, see your candidate there. See all of them there. You see Mole and Ambo and the rest. Now you know who you will trust the leadership of Osun State in his hand for the next 4 years. Remember, 4 years, not be 4 weeks, not be 4 days, or not be 4 months. It is 4 years. So look around you. Look for a 4-year-old child. That one will tell you what you go pass through for the next 4 years. Of course, the police are on ground already. They don't send their men. According to the police, they've sent more than 5,000 personnel to make sure the law and order, nobody go break law and all that. They've also put some phone numbers of how to contact them, and in case there's any breakdown of law, you can call them. You can see the phone numbers here. And INEC, I'm so concerned about INEC, but then INEC has also said that they are currently charging their beavers midnight. As of the time of making this video, they say that they charge their beavers, and the ballot box is around. You don't see another one where they snatch around. But I don't think that will happen in Osun State election. INEC is on ground. They said everything is fine. We no one here tomorrow say beavers know they read people card. This one know they happen. Remember, this election is the election that we used to know. We go know what thing go happen in 2027. But if I be the Nigerian government, if I be the Nigerian police and the INEC, and we conduct a free and fair election in Osun State to give people confidence for 2027, because what happened in Osun will determine the confidence which Nigerians will use to enter the 2027 general election. Anyway, I feel they talk my own, but I want to tell Osun State people, let me play this song for them before it's too late. Ẹ jẹ́ kó rí yín ó pé. Ẹ má dìbò fáwọn kidnapper o. Ẹ jẹ́ kó rí yín ó pé. Ẹ má dìbò fáwọn kidnapper o. Ẹ jẹ́ kó rí yín ó pé. Ẹ jórí 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 yín ó pé. Ẹ má dìbò fáwọn kidnapper o. 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 Kidnapper kì í gba rice as ransom o. Millions no máa ń gbà o. Kidnapper máa ń bẹ̀yàn lórí náà. Ẹ jẹ́ kó rí o pé ẹ káre o, ẹ kú election o, ire o.
President Bola Tinubu has directed INEC and security agencies to ensure a peaceful, transparent and credible Osun State governorship election on Saturday, August 15. Tinubu described the election as the final off-cycle governorship poll before the 2027 general elections, urging INEC to use it to demonstrate its readiness. He also directed security agencies to protect voters and electoral officials, while urging residents to come out and vote for their preferred candidates. The president said the final results must reflect the will of the people.
The president, out of the abundance of his heart, he spoke. And it was out of the abundance of his heart that it came out from his mouth that all is fair in politics. Let's look at the facts. Governor Fubara had a running battle with Minister Nyesom Wike. And it is public knowledge that the president backed Minister Nyesom Wike. What was the outcome of that? Governor Fubara was suspended for 6 months from office. And on top of that, he lost his bid to return back to Rivers State Government House. There was a gubernatorial election in Ekiti. And we did not see any of the shenanigans that we're seeing here. The sitting incumbent governor, Governor Oyebanji, is of the APC stock. So it was a seamless election. There were no issues. There were no quarrel. It was easy. 10 days to Osun governorship election. The EFCC froze the account of Osun State government. Let us also look at the opposition party. Since this president got into office, there has been concerted effort to diminish and destroy the opposition in Nigeria. It happened with Labour Party. You see people, elements within the party, being sponsored to destroy their own party. It happened within the Labour Party. It happened in the ADC, where a man who was not high on grass signed his resignation, suddenly woke up and said he didn't resign anymore. And he went to court. And the court listened to that charade, that insult of a judicial process. Similarly, they have even taken it to NDC now, trying to create internal squabbles here and there, even when none exist. You heard recently when a judge who had given judgment that registered this party, it's a qualified political party, reversed his own, or attempted, because they can't do it anyway, because this country belongs to all of us, effectively, attempted to reverse his own judgment, that what he said before, he didn't say again. Mr. Peter Obi was in Edo State. The governor had threatened, don't come to my state without letting me know. I cannot guarantee your security. The next time he came, he was shot at. In the home of Chief John Odige Oyegun. Is that not public knowledge? Look, you can go on and on and on. The body language of the president clearly shows that he believes that all is fair in politics. But this is the cynical part of this, is that the man used to claim that he is a pro-democracy activist. He supported pro-democracy movement. But his government is even worse than some of the military administration we have dealt with in the past. Look at the bishops. It's important we mention this. The bishop spoke to Abacha The Catholic bishops. The bishop spoke to Babangida. The bishop spoke to Jonathan. The bishop spoke to Obasanjo. The bishop spoke to even Yar'Adua. They had been communicating with president. When they feel, they represent the conscience of the nation. When they feel that things are not going the way they ought to go, they communicate with the president in a respectful, decent manner. And these people carry the burden of 35 million Nigerian Catholics. These people hear what you and I cannot hear. They hear confession. Confession is a serious, I am a Catholic. What I cannot tell police, I can tell my priest. Your darkest secret, you can share with your priest. They now know what is creating chaos in the land. They know why that hunger is making people act in a certain way. They know things that they cannot even tell you. And that form, they aggregated all of that information and then used it to communicate that this is what is happening in your country today. Instead of taking advice, what do? They ask Bwala and Ononuga to abuse the bishops and then pour up their minions on Twitter to abuse any other person who challenged them. Is that how to run a democracy? Are we not entitled to duplicity of ideas in a democracy? Can people not have a say in a democracy? So where is it coming from that anybody that speaks is now subject of attacks?
The refineries that you mentioned is going to come back to work. It's my responsibility now as the president to fix it, make it work for the largest common value of our population. I take responsibility for that.
Can there be free and fair election in Osun State? Is it possible to have free and fair election in Osun State? This is a question that me and you should ask the government. This is a question that we should look out for. This is a question that we should watch and see how Osun State election happens today. This is something we have to open our eyes and observe the atmosphere in Osun State today during their governorship election. This is what all of us should be very careful and observe, because whatever that happens in Osun State today is a typical or just an intro of how next year election will look like. Whatever that happens during Osun State election today is just to show you how next year, how APC, they prepare for next year election, which is around 16th of January, presidential election. So anything that happened today, because this election happening today in Osun State is the last election that will happen before the 2027 general election, which is on 16th of January. So you all have to buckle up, especially those in Osun State, those people in Osun State that their own election is today, their governorship election. They have to buckle up, tighten up their belts, come out massively and vote and support their candidate, whatever they choose. But you have to use yourself. Vote a competent, somebody who you can trust, somebody who is competent, somebody who have a traceable record. Don't vote out of this person and my person. Vote your conscience. 4 years, no be 4 weeks, no be 4 days. Add 4 years to your life. You know how many years you will become. Don't joke with your future. Your vote is your right. Just come out and vote. And be ready to defend your vote. Thank you. Subscribe to this YouTube channel.